JIT-TV, just in time.
Sanmanan Babugele Makan, a very warm welcome to JIT-TV News, where we bring you nothing but politics, business, sports, and also entertainment, all in one experience. Kamalam Andile Kukule, Tindombi Awaqindi Umahlaba. Let's take a look at your headlines for today. Zimbabwean court overturns opposition figure conviction. Several charges remain. Ntuli Ncube faces tough hurdles as he delivers 2024 national budget. Zimbabwe suffers a heavy defeat in World Cup opener. Now, despite his first court victory, Job Sikhala 51 will remain in custody, his lawyer said. The Harare Appeals Court overturned a conviction of obstructing the course of justice in a case stemming from the murder of another opposition activist. Now, the conviction and sentence is quashed and set aside. Judge Benjamin Chikowero told the court Sikhala was convicted in May after he allegedly blamed the ruling ZANU-PF party for the death of Mo Blessing Ali, an activist for the Citizens Coalition for Change. Now, prosecutors alleged that Sikhala's words diverted investigations focused on other suspects.
Wherein it is alleged that he misled police who were following the murderer of Mo Blessing Ali. So the High Court has said he did not obstruct any course of justice. The Magistrate Court was wrong by convicting him. He is an innocent man regarding that particular charge, and he has therefore been found not guilty. But on this particular charge, Honorable Sikhala was out on bail, so he remains in custody on account of another matter which is coming before the Magistrate Court on the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th, which is a charge again related to Mo Blessing Ali, but this time it's a charge of obstruction of the course of justice. No wonder why I was confusing myself. There are so many of them.
Now, Action SA leader Herman Mashaba has described the state of the Braid Bridge border post following his visit to the problematic border that connects South Africa with its neighbor Zimbabwe on Monday. He was described it was dysfunctional, adding that the country's law enforcement and border management personnel were working under trying conditions. Now, Mashaba accused the ANC of having failed the citizens of this country by allowing the state of the border and the immigration management to actually decay.
South African laws, as we speak, are sufficient enough to really deal with immigration in the country. That's the only thing we need to do is to follow the laws of our country, allow our criminal justice system to work.
Welcome to Zambezi River Lodge, Victoria Falls. Nestled on the banks of the mighty Zambezi River, right on the edge of the national park, Zambezi occupies the most unique and finest spot with the tranquility and seclusion every traveler seeks. Each of its well-appointed rooms is either garden or river facing, allowing you to soak in the serenity of the environment. The award-winning restaurant Amlonga offers delectable cuisine, which includes our famous high teas. To explore Victoria Falls from this fine location, book any of our packages now. Zambezi River Lodge. Relax, refresh, replenish.
Let's take a look at the African news for today. Now, an official with the Tripoli's government agency against clandestine migration said 120 Nigerians have left Libya for Niamey in coordination with the UN's International Organization for Migration. And in coordination with Libya's eastern-based authorities, 128 migrants would be taken to the border with Chad, said the official. Now, the North African country has become a hub of tens of thousands migrants seeking to reach Europe by sea every year, often falling into hands of trafficking gangs that extort them for money.
Today on Tuesday, June 20th, 2023, illegal immigrants of Nigerian nationality are being deported. Some of them were arrested on public roads while practicing begging. There will be another flight next week to deport all the Nigerian immigrants.
And now on to the international news for today. Now, 6 crew members were on board the Osprey aircraft when it crashed on Wednesday. Now, the Japanese Coast Guard said 1 crew member had been found and was later pronounced dead, along with grey-colored debris believed to be from the aircraft. They were found at sea around half a mile off the eastern coast of Yakushima. Now, the cause of the crash and the status of the other people on the aircraft were not immediately known. Fishing boats in the area found 3 people in the surrounding waters. A representative of a local fisheries cooperative said. Now, the condition is still unknown. Let's quickly get down now to the business side of news for today. Now, Finance and Investment Promotion Minister Professor Mthuli Ncube will today traverse a very tightrope as he delivers the 2024 national budget amid very high expectations, which may not be met due to limited resources. Now, the Treasury boss has since done himself a favor after he preemptive proclamations during the pre-budget meetings earlier, when he revealed that bids submitted by aligned ministries amounted to 110 trillion Zimbabwean dollars, but only 47.8 trillion Zimbabwean dollars could be funded. Now, the blueprint set for delivery this afternoon sounds noble, considering that it just anticipates a 3% budget deficit, effectively implying that the nation will be eating only what it kills. African Transition Corporation Holdings, which specializes in infrastructure project financing, says it has reached a financial closure for about $120 million needed for the construction of a 100 megawatts photovoltaic solar power plant to supply ferrochrome producer Afro-Shin Smelting. Now, Mr. Victor Udedzi, a director with ATC, said the company was also tasked by Denson Iron and Steel Company to develop 2 power projects to augment the firm's power supply from the national grid. Now, for Afro-Shin, ATC will build a 100 megawatts PVC solar power plant and a 100 megawatts wind project to supply Denson.
At Hewlett's, we believe in a sweet future. A sweet future for our country, planet, and community.
Protec was founded in 1982 with the mission of assisting previously disadvantaged youth for successful entry into STEM-based careers. Protec Tongaat opened its doors in 1991, and from day one, Tongaat Hewlett has played a vital role in ensuring our continued success and growth. Each year, Protec Tongaat supports approximately 120 learners from grades 10 to 12 with an aptitude in maths and science from low socioeconomic backgrounds.
We get career exposure with site visits, career counseling and job shadowing to help us make a more informed career choice.
Studying at Protec has allowed me to rank in the top 10 performing electrical engineering graduates at the UT.
Growing a sweet future is not only about financial support. it is also about creating opportunities. Tonga Hewlett has employed 33 Protech engineering students and have been a partner of Protech for over 30 years, and our support will continue into the future.
Hewlett's, growing a sweet future.
Let's take a look at your JIT-TV News Weather Focus. And finally, on your sports news for today. Now, it was not the start that Zimbabwe's under-21 women's hockey team would have hoped for in the 2023 International Hockey Federation Hockey Women's Junior World Cup after they were humiliated by South Korea in their opening match in Santiago, Chile yesterday. Now, Zimbabwe suffered a heavy 6-0 defeat in their opening Group B encounter to kickstart their campaign in the worst possible manner. Now, they were up against an experienced South Korean team, which is ranked number 7 in the world. The Koreans managed to score a goal in all 4 quarters of the match to hand Zimbabwe a heavy loss in their first game. This was the second meeting between the two nations, and South Korea has been dominant in both games. Now, the first encounter was in 1989 when the Asian nation thumped Zimbabwe 13-0. And that is all from me to you. A huge thank you for joining me today. As always, kindly please comment and follow us on all our social media platforms on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok. Or rather, you can go to our website at www.JIT-TVzw. Signing out, it is Andile Gugulethu Ntombi into Mahlaba. Have yourselves an amazing day.
JIT-TV, just in time.
Zimbabwe, nyika yakanaka. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country between the Zambezi and Limpopo rivers, surrounded by SADC countries like South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, and Mozambique. The name Zimbabwe stems from a Shona term for Great Zimbabwe. It's the ruins of an ancient city dating back to between the 11th and 15th centuries, are made entirely of stone and span over 1,800 acres. Ask us about arranging a visit here. The highlands are known for their natural environment, with tourist destinations such as Nyanga, Chimanimane, Vumba, and Chirinda Forest at Mount Selinda. Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders and one of the world's biggest and most spectacular waterfalls, is located in the country's extreme northwest and is part of the Zambezi River. The Victoria Falls National Park is also in this area and is one of the 8 main national parks in Zimbabwe, the largest of which is Hwange National Park. Matobo Hills National Park is one of the country's most interesting parks from a cultural perspective. It's not only very scenic, it also has a rich human history. Once inhabited by Bushmen, there's a superb collection of well-preserved rock art dating back at least 13,000 years. Lake Kariba is one of the biggest man lakes that is famous for the mystical creature Nyami Nyami and is a popular African travel destination. Zimbabwe is showing a steady growth path economically according to the World Bank review. This is a significant improvement after a 2-year recession due to COVID-19 and other factors. Zimbabwe's agriculture has taken its status of being the breadbasket of Africa, with its land reform program showing phenomenal signs of growth and yields produced by Zimbabweans for Zimbabweans. Land is certainly a good story to tell. Zimbabwe is now the fastest growing third world country in Africa and the world at large. Zimbabwe, Musha Wakanaka. Zimbabwe is blessed with amazing fauna and flora, minerals, and many natural resources. It is one of the world's biggest producers of gold and the third biggest producers of platinum. The mining sector remains very lucrative, with some of the world's largest platinum reserves being mined. The Marange diamond fields, discovered in 2006, are considered the biggest diamond find in over a century. So if you need a world-class African country to do business while touring this majestic landscape and seeing the Big Five, Zimbabwe is the destination of choice. Zimbabwe. Zimba Zimbabwe.